Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we are back here with another update. Yes, indeed. So, it is Return of the Founders. That's what this new update's called. They like rebranded the logo and stuff and all that jazz. But basically, they turned into slightly more Fortnite-y, fortunately. So they've got battle passes now that has to do with this. The new quote-unquote faction is not an actual faction. So what you do is you complete these challenges up here that pop up here, daily and then weekly. Those pop up, you do those, you get experience, you get the goods. And as you can see, you can buy either the regular battle pass, which is what I did, and farm through all 75 levels to get everything, or just don't buy the battle pass and get not a lot of stuff, or buy the premium battle pass to get you 15 extra levels right off the bat, which is not worth it at the beginning because it's $40. You heard that right. Well, okay, close to $35, whatever, don't at me. But still, it's not worth it, freaking $10 and all that stuff. Like, come on, man. So, yeah, these new wheels, they are not terrible, I guess. They fit into the new category known as special. Several different items were moved into the special category, like the Jawbreaker, the Junk Bow. This is a new weapon here. It's simple. It's essentially a slightly better version of the Judge, the Prosecutor. I know, right? We're being very judicial here, aren't we? The Piercer was moved to special. This is a new weapon. I've never covered the Emily, I don't think. That was like in Knight Riders. I don't know, maybe I covered it. Anyway, that's been moved to special. The Summator, which is a nail gun, pretty much. I'll show you what that does in a minute. That's special. U1 charge, that is also special. And it's the 2-power giant radiator. And then also, you have other things, such as your twin wheels, which were moved into the special category. And also, I believe there might have been some paint that was moved, or, yeah, decor. So, like the spares, surface decor, tail light, sweet cane, bombastic bouquet, which is part of the Valentine's little edition here. Working on my way to get some hubcaps, buddy. Anyway, so exhaust tube, fender extender, that sort of stuff's been moved to special. As well as lemon, smoke, blue honeycomb, fresh turf, and lagoon. And there are also like special customization kits as well. Like these are for medium tires, which is what you saw up there. And yeah, there's wheel suitcase. But yeah, I changed my medium, medium. Okay, there, bud. We got the medium wheels. Got them fused with them CKs. And, other than that, it's just other things, like such as new decor. Railings, corner railings, service ladders. I honestly thought that those were going to be structure parts. They are actually not. They are decor. I thought was pretty neat. Which also means that they are stupidly cheap. And I have a really, really stupid idea with these that I might want to try in the future, because it would just be ridiculous. Jeez. I don't know. I might try that, I might not, who knows. Also, over the Christmas update, they re-added the stoplight and the light bar back into the game for us to purchase and buy. And because of the new special category is 3% experience. Purples are 4 and yellows are 5. Yes, indeed. Quite nice for old builds. quite nice for anybody who's invested into things like the Rattler, ambulance lights, and Lightbug. Of course, now I've seen some quite nice creations on the exhibition involving the new parts, like such as this, the railing pretty much being used as windows, which I thought was a really sweet and smart idea. And then with that new cannon, well, okay, that's not a good example, but the new cannon with these like little side bits or whatever the heck these, yeah, these it just blends perfectly into. I like it. But other parts that I'm going to be grinding towards, is things like the summator. Sorry, wrong weapon. Blockchain. Once used to be a plasma cutter for the heaviest construction work. Now it's the final argument and the hottest dispute, which, by the way, is actually a pun because it deals 150% more damage to heated parts. Quite. Well, I'll give you a quick overview of things that you're going to be getting your hands on as you progress through the leveling lineup. If you don't have the battle pass, then you're getting only like 20% of what's. You're getting the ability to unlock the ability to craft these, but you don't get this. You don't get the actual part. But yeah, you've got things like the slip platform, the small digger side. You get coins as well, some stickers. You also get like this here. I think is pretty cool. Cold exhaust. This is pretty neat as well. External tanks, like an external gas tank. And then you also have this big ram mechanical leg, support of a multifunctional mobile crane. The model has two switchable operating modes, as a wheel and as a mechanical leg. I will demonstrate that in a little bit. Each mounted leg reduces cabin power. Now, as you can see, max chassis speed is 35 kilometers an hour. That is in leg mode, I'm pretty sure. Speeds up aiming time by 50% depending on the share of big ram among the vehicle's chassis. So essentially, it gives a similar perk as to things like Bigfoots, in that sense. And also, with the, it appears, and I didn't look at this earlier, but it appears that the big ram is not actually the heaviest thing in the world, which might make it good for building, like heavy crafts, whenever you need that little extra bit of tonnage and weight savings and all that good stuff. Yeah, these things are cool. Pretty much wheels and a mechanical leg with, obviously less health, but still, more speed and more maneuverability. Because, I mean, like, with the Bigfoots here, this is Bigfoot steering. 1,250 kilograms of tonnage, 445 points durability, 280 kilograms of mass. Not as good as the big ram in terms of, well, tonnage and durability. But whenever you look at the market for things like the ML200 leg, has a fair bit more health, but weighs more, but has a lot more tonnage. Well, okay, not really a lot more tonnage. But the thing is, you're limited to 40 kilometers an hour. And I will now demonstrate what I mean by the legs here, how they basically are wheels and legs. So in their current form, which is how they spawn, you drive them, and they act just like regular old wheels. As you can see, the top speed, we are topping out the speed of this cabin, which is about 70-80 kilometers an hour. But if I say, oh yeah, this is something new that they added with the December update or whatever. You can honk at people or destroy them or whatever, and just drive around. Just AI. Anyway, so these legs here act like normal wheels in this state. You hit shift, and their speed goes down a lot, but then they turn into leg mode. And this is where you are limited to 35 kilometers an hour, but if you have the Steppy Wolf cabin, I'm pretty sure that does actually buff these because these are technically legs. And of course, because they're in leg mode, you get all the strafing you want. You hit shift again. Now they're wheels, and you can't use them as well. You can use them as regular wheels. You can't strafe in this mode, but that should be expected. But this cabin right here, this is a new cabin, and it has two different modes that you can activate while using it. Let me go over here to show you. But we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, so yeah, we got large platform, small platform, exhaust system, yellow grid, some paint, I'll just scroll over everything you get. And here we go, the Omnibox. It has a little bit less tonnage than this. All the versions of these parts are upgraded versions. But this is the cool part. Mode 1 increases maximum cabin speed by 10% and power by 50. Mode 2 accelerates cooling by 15% and weapon reloading by 15%. Now that is a very, very sweet. It's not a great cabin overall, as you can see. It doesn't have an amazing amount of tonnage or the most mass limit ever for a medium cabin. But then again, as a medium cabin, what are you gonna do? But other things that are good about this cabin, it has 12 points of energy, and of course the two special modes, which is slightly overpowered, and I'll show you what I mean by that. But we've got more holograms, we've got some flasher lamps. Apparently people have not unlocked those yet, kind of surprising. Then we've got a CK for the dually wheels, and then we have some more like side vent sort of parts for the new faction, as in, armor parts. Now, another new weapon, the trigger. This is kind of like a silly laser. I will show this off with the rest of the blueprints. We got another CK, this time for the Bigfoot. And I kind of like this one. It makes it actually look like it would belong in an actual faction, other than really not belonging in any faction. Just doesn't really look like it. Dark Chrome. Now this is a really sweet looking paint. Also, first mirror part in the game. Kind of surprising it took them this long to add a mirror in, but sure, I'll take it now. We've also got some new corner parts, which will be pretty nice whenever it comes to trying to finish off a build. Corners on a build. Now we've got... Why is that in Chinese? Okay, well, anyway. Then we got some more of those side parts earlier. And then here we go. The Assembler. This is not the craziest weapon ever, but damn. When the weapon is fully charged, the damage grows up to the maximum value of 200 points over 2.5 seconds. If you don't shoot during this window, the charge is reset and the weapon heats up by 100%. Now, to explain this, think of a synthesis on steroids, or Prometheus on not as much steroids, but still a little bit of steroids. And it also got Shrink. This is not the most amazing weapon I've ever seen, but it's not terrible at all. Then we also got things like another hologram. We got a profile picture icon dude man bro guy. We got an alarm light, which this reminds me of an extra scenes from the movie WALL-E, which I think everybody's watched in the entire world. Anyway, there was this extra scenes on the DVD where basically this little robot gets stuck outside trying to repair one of these sort of lights that looks kind of like this. It keeps getting knocked off and he keeps getting locked outside. It was slightly very unfortunate for the robot. Also pretty funny. But yeah, anyways, these are pretty cool. And it's really interesting that they're adding more like sort of flashing lights and just lights in general to the game, because we haven't had any new lights in a long time, unless you count the CK kits for the cabins, which I don't really. Then you get two more big arms, big rams. God dang it! And then you get some more of the freaking corners, the whole left and whole right. Another profile picture. More lights, which I like these lights. These are pretty cool. You know, the sort of lights that you would have on the back of the trailer or something. Then you have some more of these sorts of parts. You got some coins, more stickers, more corner parts, and then flashing beacon, and that. A legendary drone. It's pretty much a spark drone, by the way. Please send help. Please send help whenever people actually unlock this. Love of God. And also another little logo icon. Now we move on to showing off the blueprints. All of these are unlocked immediately, by the way, as soon as you log into the game. So this first one is the first weapon you unlock, more or less, whenever you start leveling up in the Founders faction. Oh, I didn't okay, so that's what that little light I was talking about earlier looks like. I didn't realize this actually had it. But yeah, these are charge-up weapons, so you can either fire them pretty quickly, or you can hold and charge and then fire, and it fires like some sort of burst shot. As you can see, you can either have damage like that, you know, doing 70-something-ish damage per shot pretty quickly, or you can hold it, charge it, and go bang! Now, you saw how fast it was firing. I'll give you a demonstration on how fast it fires, you know, without an engine. No, not too bad. But then if we swap the cabin into reload speed mode, watch what happens then. As you can see, the fire rate is far faster. It doesn't do any extra damage, but it is much, much, much faster. Now that doesn't help if you're trying to charge up a fire like that, per se. But it still does help. And then you can also see and use all of the decor, the railings and all that good stuff. But next, we are going to move on to the next blueprint, which is the Builder. And this vehicle uses the, shoot, what are they called again? Hold up. They are the triggers, right. Ah, crap, I didn't mean to click there. The factions, founders, player, triggers. So these are charging, well, okay, you don't charge them, but they're like a burst fire sort of laser. You can think of maybe comparable to the police, sort of, without the charge up thing. So like, I'm just gonna click, and it's a laser. Is it the best laser I've ever seen? No. It's kind of a weird weapon. Let's see how good it reloads with the buff to the cabin. As you can see, not too terrible. I mean, that cabin is making a difference, and if you combine that with the Colossus, then you have a seriously reload machine of power. The next one is how well the cutter thing, whatever it's called, I don't care about looking it up. But the plasma cutter thingy, whatchamacallit, combined with those charge-up lasers. They're both just, you click them and they just fire. So as you can see, not too terrible. And you can see that the weapon on top, the cutter weapon, whatever the balls it's called, does way more damage to heated parts. And now that we got the reload thing up, we're freaking killing this friendo pretty quickly. I mean, these two weapons, three weapons, whatever. Bleh. I'm slightly tired. But these weapons here combined are not the worst combination ever. There are better combinations, but that's not too terrible. This is more or less the same thing, just using Bigfoots with the CK kits. Then the Queen has that legendary weapon I was talking about. It does not have the drone, though, unfortunately. But, as you can see, you charge it up, bang. Charge this one up, bang. Now, it takes a while to charge up if you want to do maximum damage, or you can just do this. As you can see, not quite as accurate doing this, but of course, we also will have reload and leg mode. So as you can see, it fires even faster. For an example of the reload, how much it affects things, this is in its fastest reload state. At least with this cabin, in the reload mode. Now, if I put it back, look at how much it slows down. Actually, I don't think I was clicking fast enough. Let's try that again. Okay, so that's as fast as I can go, I think. Ah! Okay, so you can see about how fast it can shoot like that. So if I go into this mode, like look at that, it's just freaking flinging out all over the place. It's freaking crazy. Okay. Obviously, that's not how you're supposed to use the weapon, but it's still pretty interesting. But, for the most part, that is pretty much everything that you get with the new faction. Unless I'm missing something or whatever, but I might be, I might not be. Who gives a crap, am I right? Now, you might be wondering how the special rarity influences faction crafting and prices and all that. Well, to answer your question, blues are more expensive with scrap metal, which kind of makes sense, because the daily missions just give you a butt ton of scrap metal. It's kind of ridiculous how much it gives you. But, of course, they're not that expensive to craft, to be totally honest. Could be worse. Definitely could be worse. But, overall, not too terrible. As you can see, these wheels are slightly cheaper than, like, the Horizon, the fuel tank, the ammo pack, and all that stuff. But, because of the increased price for crafting blues, crafting the lighter blues, I guess, which is the special rarity, is cheaper by a lot, actually. So as you can see here, we've got only 50 scrap metal, only 100 wires, 100 freaking copper, 50 plastic. I mean, this is an engine, sure, but still. And it only requires 2 rares? That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. And this is that new weapon I was talking about. I guess I could probably craft it if I sold something right now for some wires. Do I want to do that? And could I even buy some more? I don't know. I don't freaking... Don't ask me these things. Oh, okay, well, I'm not doing that right now, unless I sell some thrusters. You get to suffer through this with me. Yay! Oh, come on, man. Really? You gonna do that to me? Friggin' just cheat me out or friggin' selling the thing very tired and don't really know what I'm talking about anymore at this point. God damn it. And damn it, Bobby. That was pretty weird. 93 cents short. That makes me very sad, man. Okay, there we go. Let's craft. And the crafting time that it takes for the new special rarity to craft is a little bit longer than I would really want it to be. It's 2 hours, which is not amazing, to be honest. But that pales in comparison to epics, which are 6 hours. And that pales in comparison to, well, yeah. Legendaries take almost a full 24 hours to craft. Ooh, maybe I should craft a mammoth. Oh yeah, they changed the mammoth model, which I don't know. know, it looks cooler. It doesn't look as flat and kind of boring. Hurricane still looks the same. Looks the same as it has since it actually was introduced into the game. Oh my god, I didn't realize how many electronics these things took. Wowza. It's... Maybe I should make it... Okay, let me know, guys, down in the comments if I should try and make it my goal to make a legendary weapon again. Let me know down in the comments. But, anyways, I would like to know, actually, how long would it take to craft a, 5 days? Holy crapola, dude, Budman, sir. Actually, you know what I just realized? I'm kind of disappointed that they don't have the fragments anymore. I mean, well, I forgot how the fragment system worked with the relics, but still. But what I'm kind of surprised about is I've never seen Punishers around, or Breakers, really at all in battles, which I'm very surprised about. And, you know, they're going for about the same price as everything else. Firebug excluded. But the Typhoon, well, that's going for a lot because supposedly it's awesome, but yeah, really not. It's just not. I mean, you would think that the disabling perk is awesome, but it's not. It's not great. But yeah, for the another thing. So there's some builds on the exhibition, specifically this, that use the new Big Ram leg wheel thing, bobs. And that allows you to make much more stable, much more awesome, tilted, shoot, what are these called? I'm so stupid. Mandrake builds. You can see I can freaking get pretty close to the ground, man. Of course, it's a little bit difficult. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that didn't work. Oh dear, I'm stuck slightly. So this is, you know, not perfect. But the reason why people do this is so that you can do a crap ton of damage and make sure most of your damage actually hits the enemy. So like, here, that is all going to hit for the most part. Look at how much, 4,000 damage! That is a lot of freaking damage, dude. Not very many weapons can say that they can do 4,000 freaking. Oh my. Whoops. Not many, but like I was saying, not many weapons can say they've done 4,000 damage. And of course, that wasn't even with the wheels down. This thing is using stallions. If I put those wheels down and put it in leg mode, which raises it up, look at how. Oh, I didn't mean to fire. Oh my, I didn't mean to fire. Whoops. But as you can see, I'll wait for it to reload, of course. But watch. I can fire right there with mandrakes. And we're gonna do another 4,000 damage because I like doing 4,000 damage. Oh my, 45. Yeah. As you can see, this specific wheel combination is kind of amazing. Especially whenever it's at 11,000 per scroll. Wow. Armored it up good, and it'll probably be pretty good. And this is what I was talking about with the Prosecutor 76mm. Yeah, it blends perfectly, and it still rotates quite perfectly as well, which I'm very surprised about. But yeah, for the most part, that has been the entire update. I probably missed some things, of course, but that should be should be mostly the, if I can word right, that should be pretty much everything that I can think of about covering. Other than the fact that they also nerfed hovers again because um, but yeah, I think that is pretty much it for the update. So, this has been Diamond Miner 11, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!